My Gavanen Melanine, and well met in Bloom indeed. I am Arik here, Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we restart as the, should be Kingdom of Gundabad, I suppose, is the name. I'm restarting, as I explained in the video, directly preceding this one, called String Not Located or String Not Found from Sins of a Solar Empire, because lots has changed to Gundabad, and the campaign that I was playing before was way too easy, and it needed a lot of changes, and I thought we're going to change it so much we might as well start again, and so I have done. However, these will stay in the same playlist, and the first 7 episodes, which is how many I think I got to last time, will simply be called 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, 4.4. I've already done the thumbnails, so we're good to go. I've left this message up first and foremost because the first episodes in these, although hopefully this not being a first one really, but being a first one, tend to get a few more views, so I'm hoping to reach a few more people in telling them that please, even though the number is wrong, please read this message when you start the game, because there is incredibly important information in here that you will not understand coming directly from Medieval 2, which a lot of people do. A lot of people skip Third Age and they jump straight into Divide and Conquer, and they do not therefore know this information. So, key thing from here, the main thing, and the only thing I'm going to tell you, is that you will need a town hall or a castle hall in order to train units in settlements. That one is still, to this day, asked of us all the time. I can't train units in this town. I can't train units in this town. It's because you haven't built recruitment slots yet. So there we are. Right, so we are the Snow Orcs of Gundabad, and as I say, we're now the Kingdom of Gundabad, as we are led by a king. Feel free, if you wish, to go through and have a read of that. It may say Morgoth, and there was a user who a while ago pointed out that the Orcs wouldn't call him Morgoth, they'd call him Melkor, because Morgoth is his given name from the Elves, because they refuse to use his real name. Whereas the Orcs would call him Melkor. So if Melkor is in there, then forgive me, but I've changed it in other places that I could find it. That's just the message telling you that there is a barracks event. This faction destroyed Spawning Pool. Until Racer comes back, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do about that. Rest assured that it doesn't actually have any effect on the gameplay, and it isn't a real faction. It's a faction that is there just to where all the scripts kick out from, that kind of thing. And I don't know why it gets destroyed at the start of the game. I must have done something to the campaign script that I shouldn't have done, and that is the outcome. So, there we are, Gundabad. On we can go, as I say, with our now, as it should say, King Mazog, indeed. There he is. So, our recruitment is now considerably slower. Or not massively, but it is slower. Our access to trash units now requires basically either heading south and taking Goblin-town as quickly as possible and training them from there, or heading over to Khazad-dum, taking that and training them from there. The other alternative is to wait until we get the Brawlers Hall, and then we can get them from there as well. You will note that we no longer have any allies or any enemies. We're free to do whatever the hell we want. And so what I am going to do is plunge straight for Goblin-town as fast as my legs can carry me, get some trash, and then I'm going to attack Angmar, because I really want those Ruadal units. And the whole reason you can train Ruadal units is because I absolutely love them, and I used my ability to say, hey, we're going to do this because I really want to get Ruadal in, and I really want to train them. So that is our goal in the short term. But we're going to need some troops to do that, and given that it takes a long time to retrain these, we are going to want to, as you can see, it's about 16 or 19-ish turns. Those 2 units are, that's your bodyguard, and that's an AOR. After the barracks event, that unit comes quicker. So, but I suppose we should first of all assess what we can get money-wise. I really want the building ground. 2 turns, 10% cheaper. I mean, even many of these buildings, that pays for itself almost immediately, so. I think if we keep a normal tax rate, we should strike a balance between growth and wealth. So, who's our faction heir? You are. Right, so Hazolg, who is the brother of our king, if you want to see the family tree again. King Mazog is the son of Bolg, who of course is the son of Azog, and his brother is Hazolg, Mazog's brother. With his wife Luglan Shur, he's had Marauder Chief Gerzog, who is of course our faction heir, who is now married to Haskashla, and he has a sister Gazmogla. And over on the other side, Azog's other child, his daughter Bolgla, because he likes the name Bolg a lot, she mated with Ishmog. They had Zolg, and Zolg mated with Delosha, and we have then a soon-to-be family member, Bull's Mug, who will join us in 24 turns, I think, because he needs to be 16 to come of age, and it's 4 turns a year. And so that should be 24. So we'll try and get Berzakul as fast as possible, though. So if we send our faction heir, and you take those units, and you head to Berzakul. Oh, Berzakul has a large garrison, doesn't it? Bugger. We're not going to have enough to take that. Take them as well. And why don't you take Khazad? No reason not to. And then when Mazog's army trains, we'll send him out as well. He's heading off for Goblin-town. We'll try and avoid the enemies for a little time until we can, as I say, attack Angmar. And we'll see if anyone's bothered when we attack Angmar. Now, here we go. The test and the moment. It should take about 20 seconds to change from the Principality of Dol Amroth. If it takes more than that, then the turns are going to be really slow and I'm going to have to re-record all of this, unfortunately. But if it is 20 seconds, as I imagine it will be, we're closing in on 20. Yes! They're going to be fast turns, everyone. The first turn takes about 30 seconds, maybe 35, and then in my testing that I've been doing with the Gundabad changes over the past few days, turns thereafter take me, personally, about 20 seconds. So it's 30 for the first one, when all of the turn 1 scripts kick in, and then it's about 20 thereafter. Now, this new Berzakul map has walls, so we'll take some towers. Take some ladders with us, sorry. Are we losing money? Just about. Bugger. Bugger! Get the spy south.
This way!
What's the garrison? Gods above. Right, we need Berzakul as quickly as possible because we want to get some money. Oh, it's even got some of our units. The dirty traitors. Uruk Taskmaster's in there as well, keeping the rabble in check. Ah, crime in at least. Another intern. So as I say, this one should be about 20 seconds. Apologies that I'm actually showing these in the video. I know that some YouTubers cut these bits. I know that some YouTubers play entire campaigns and then condense that down to a single video, which I always find quite fascinating, to be honest. Right, it's closing in on 20 seconds, and yes, there we are. It would have ended if they weren't going to attack us. So we're on par for nice speedy turns. Zugdash. Now he's got 2 units of archers. We've got 3, and then otherwise our army is all snow orcs. But oh, we've got no saves. Battle! On to war. Hello. So obviously it just jumped a bit there because not very good for a first episode back, but the game crashed. So I'll have to talk to RK about that because it gave me a very specific error, which it normally does not do. So don't rest assured, by the time version 2.3 Rise of Gundabad comes out, that won't be in your game. I should therefore probably also have stated that this is very much still a test build, and we may run into the odd bug here, there, or anywhere. But of course I am the mod leader, so 99% of bugs I will know what they are, why they're in the game, and how to resolve them. This battle map must... The red dots aren't there, so I think the red dots literally only apply... this is me just generally thinking on it. At the moment, of course, we're not actually in winter. We are just fighting on a battle map that is permanently set to be winter. And so I think because the game's actual season counter still says it is currently summer, that's why the yellow dots are still at the moment showing. So they will be red when the actual season changes to winter. So that's something I hadn't thought of, really. I kind of assumed that the game would check each battle map individually and note that this is a winter battle map. Ergo, I shall use the winter settings. But of course, the game is actually only just checking what season is it. And at the moment, it is still summer. So of course, it's applying the summer traits. So if I hadn't mentioned that, I don't think anyone would have noticed it. But of course, I'm very well aware that those dots should be red on a white background now. And they're not because of, as I say, the game thinks it is summer. And now we're way too close, and it's all for naught. Charge the buggers. So our plans to fight well have turned to utter garbage immediately. You can sort of hear their voices, but of course it's quite quiet. We will win. I mean, they've got some of their own Snowhawk units, of course, but they're not... They've only got 2 of them. We've got some excellent units. I hate archers with a burning passion. They never do what you want them to do if you tell them to move when they are firing already. It's so annoying. Come on, kill their archers. We've got a nice surround on the enemy. And remember that as of the developer diary yesterday, spear units are now considerably better against infantry than they were before. So you will note them getting a lot more kills than they have done previously. The enemy's archers are finally going down, but they are taking a lot of us with them. We've got a lot of units on that side. Change over. No.
Only half the enemy force remains.
How many of us remain? Oh, this is a disastrous battle. And our Snowhawks over there are getting completely outnumbered. You start shooting them. You keep shooting those archers. Those Uruk Taskmasters are so much better than I expected them to be. They are holding off our units so well. I've gone into this with such blind confidence that isn't really merited. Or warranted. Oh yes, you're standing in a really, 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 really not useful position. Let's stand in a straight line so their archers are even more effective than they needed to be. We kill quite a few of their mountain guard though, which is always nice. And we are obviously winning in the middle now. Send those into the mountain guard. Are you routing? Oh yes, goblins are so easy to break.
Victory will be ours.
It's over. We lost 50% for our pleasure, but I mean, I'm not too concerned. One of the benefits of Gundabad, or something that Gundabad has set up, is that when you first build a recruitment building, you do get one of every available unit straight away. Whereas some factions, of course, you have to wait, and you get them later on. That's not the case with Gundabad. As soon as you build a barracks, for example, there'll be one unit of each available. So as soon as we build any kind of recruitment here in Berserkle, we'll get some units to replenish. There we are. End it. End it. We've lost too many. 368 kills from Orc Avengers. Well done. That was an awful, awful battle. I should have just stood still. I don't know, and I just again, I was thinking too much about what I was saying and not thinking about the map at all. But I should have just stayed away. Of course they had to attack me. They sallied out. That was so moronic. I was so almost concerned about my archers beating their archers that I forgot about the fact that we were severely outnumbered in melee, and our archers would have done infinitely better if I'd used them to target their melee forces. But oh well. I don't even have a diplomat to send to the Anduin Vale. And look at this, Captain Cool. Brasidas! It was his suggestion to add an army there to make it harder to take Dane's halls. And I, like an absolute moron, agreed. Do we go straight for a garrison quarters? I think yes. Because in 4 turns then, well in 5 turns then, we will have more units. But we need to start earning more money. We've got our cheaper buildings, which is always good. Well, actually, I'd be quite tempted to get some ballistae so that we can take out the trolls when we attack Goblin-town. Actually, thinking... Well, that's only going to take 3 turns. We'll get that in quickly first, just to get a bit more money. I don't know what we're going to have to do, what's going to happen with him, though. I would like some towers.
Objective complete.
Even on the edges where it's completely useless. Also, I don't want to get a general trapped in there if he does attack me. I'd rather they were floating around on the edges. Definitely get some sight on our soon-to-be foes.
Objective complete.
We're going to swamp Angmar. We're going to descend upon them like a plague, and they're not going to see it coming. It's going to be brilliant. Are those rebels going to attack us? That's the real question. Because if they do, there's a strong possibility they can kill and defeat us. But I don't think they will. And tell you what I don't know is when I started recording this episode. Bugger. I surely am not 20 minutes in already. No, can't be. I usually sometimes set a little stopwatch to tell myself, but today it's a Sunday afternoon, and I don't have dinner to rush off to, as I have done in many recordings this week. So I can record for a little bit longer, but I still like to at least try and keep it to a certain time. That is such a large army. But then maybe that army is just there to defend Dane's halls, possibly, maybe, hopefully.
No sleeping here.
Anyway, we need to go and attack somewhere and take something, so I'll leave 31 of them behind.
Come on.
I'm sure Berserker will not despise us too much. No, they're going to get new units in a moment anyway.
No sleeping here.
I think what I might do as well... Mazok has good units though, doesn't he? He has Pale-Uruks. But then I think the Avengers are better. So Gerzok and Hazolg are going to be our let's take Goblin-town generals. So get into that fort there. You guys go in the fort actually, because you get free upkeep in a fort. And you won't get it in the town. And then you can become our garrison unit because you're relatively cheap.
No sleeping here.
But
no sleeping here.
You guys... do I want to retrain or do we want to just normal train? No, we'll send these to the fort over there at the moment. Get you out of Berserker, get free upkeep again. And we probably will wait the 4 more turns it's going to take to recruit those extra units, just so we've got a full army to take down, to go and take Goblin-town. Goblin-town will almost certainly sally out. We'll have to fight them. And now against Goblin Trash, we do stand a good chance. I think our failing in that last one, of course, is the Taskmasters are actually really quite good. And they did have some Snow Orcs, which of course are as good as ours. So we're matched. And they counter us as we counter them. Oh, the Anduin Vale in the Woodland Realm.
At your service.
What is it you wish to
Get trade rights. Oh yes, they want that.
Very well. What else do you have to say?
Yeah, they don't want that though. How about I give you map information and you give me money? Even just like 500 will do. What are you saying? What are you saying?
This
Nah, they don't want it.
well, that seemed
Gleowine, he's not interested.
Farewell.
Oh, we got 500 gold coins anyway, so we're laughing. We're golden. You will note, you've seen, or you may well have seen there, some of my units going around the front for Gundabad. And that is, of course, because you can't actually attack Gundabad from anywhere but the front. We restricted the land behind it because, of course, you wouldn't be able to climb a giant, impassable mountain with an army to then descend on the fortress on the other side of it. So, with that in mind, you can't attack Gundabad from the east, from the west or the north. Also, do bear in mind, and do have at the forefront of your mind, that because we have no alliances and no enemies, we are just as likely to be attacked by Angmar as we are to attack them, which of course we hope to do. So they could attack us at any time, so do watch out for that. Oh, we've only got 1 more turn on the garrison. We can build something else here. Do we go for the mines? Yes, we definitely go for the mines. Get them while we can. Oh, where's our general, actually? King Mazog, continue with your scouting duties.
Objective complete. Objective complete.
Well, that's as far as we own. Alright, only 2 more turns and the expedition can head out and Goblin-town will be ours shortly thereafter. And We can then train some Snagger, some Goblin infantry, get some heavy Goblin crossbows to add to our army, which is always good. Angmar sending diplomats at us like they're going out of fashion. And there we are, we've already got a Brawler's Pit. It's taken 7 turns, rather than 3 or 2 that it took before. So yes, definitely chuck those in. We need trash wherever we can get it. And I will train those. Oh, the Mountain Orc Hunters aren't available straight away, sorry. I lied. Is it better to retrain them? It then knocks 3 turns off the full train. Yes, because they've already got an experience, so yeah. And then, to be honest, I think go for a building ground again while we can. What are we retraining here? Oh, the Brawler's Pit. Of course. What does the Brawler's Pit actually do? Experience bonus. Yes. What's our recruitment here? 2 units. Right, so let's finish doing what we need to do.
At your service. At once.
You do get the... it does feel more like you've got to be a bit more tactical than you perhaps were before. Obviously, I've now already got access to a Brawler's Pit, but do note, I don't know if you saw, the recruitment on the Raiders is now the same as your Snow Orcs. So even though they now act as your trash, they are still just as rare as your main units. The whole point of Gundabad, as I've been banging on about non-stop, almost too much really, is of course you are now fully all about small numbers, small elite numbers. I think we're at another turn. Oh, I didn't add those units to the retraining queue. Oh, I'm all over the place. I tidied the house today, though, so that's always very nice. And there's a little Christmas tree down here next to me in our computer room, which lights up, and that's always nice. Of course, yesterday we lost 3-0 to Liverpool, so my journeying to Vicarage Road was disappointing, to say the least. And they kind of deservedly won, really, so that was disappointing. Right, we're there. Who are we going to knock over to Berserkle, though, to be the garrison? Those 94 might train a bit quicker, actually. So, but they can't get there in time.
Get ready
Neither
for
can they.
fighting. Come on! We have completed and objective complete. Get ready for fighting. We have completed.
We can retrain now, can't we?
Objective.
Yeah. And where's our diplomat? Let's not forget to retrain this time, though. That'd be brilliant.
This seems quite acceptable.
Snarty.
Well, that was uneventful. Good day. At once.
Well, that wasn't uneventful. We just secured excellent trade rights, and we got given raiders. Why did we get given raiders? They're not our best units, not by a long way. Ugh, that's bloody ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm always paranoid, but all you have to do is just make sure that retraining or whatever is the last action. It doesn't matter if you retrain and accidentally go over the line. Anything involving retraining just has to be the final action of the turn in order for it to take effect. And it is the single biggest annoyance I have with this game. Not the memory conditions restricting us to 500 units and 200 regions. That I can deal with, because I think if the game got too big, it would just become unmanageable. But the fact that every single one of those units trained with extra experience doesn't work does my nut in.
No sleeping here.
And I would love it if it did work. Oh, we can get roads. Oh, do you have to build the builder's hall to get... I can't believe I didn't even know that. You have to build the builder's hut in order to get roads. Did you know that? Because that is a thing that we have added to this game on purpose. While we are still making money, given that Berserkle will be one of our solid homeland regions, I am again going to make buildings faster and cheaper. But we're ready. The army is ready.
Regroup, you louds. Pick your feet up.
You can leave behind those 2 Raider skirmish units, I suppose. Ah, that is a solid army to take Goblin-town.
We have completed.
Godspeed, brothers.
Listen.
Chuck him into the fort to get free upkeep there as well. Although, hang on. If he is in there... Oh, he only gives us 51 extra gold. His unit costs us 600 in upkeep. Christ. No, so having him not govern the town actually makes us earn more money. Always very good. Oh, and I didn't use the diplomat. I'm all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Now, my plan is very much to record 2 of these episodes back to back. I like to do that with the first couple of episodes, because the first episodes are always, you're really buoyed to get going, you know, you just want to get the slower first sort of 15 turns out of the way, and just press on. And that's very much what I'm feeling at the moment. And
Get ready for fighting.
so I do like to record the first 2 episodes one after another.
Objective complete.
I'll probably give this one, I don't know how long into this we are, but I'm probably going to give it another 15 to 16 minutes. And then hopefully that's not longer than an hour. But obviously we'll find out. Get Radagast while we're here. Oh, we've spoken to them already.
Until we meet again.
And now we can't talk to anyone. Annoying. Why can a diplomat only do 1 action a turn? Who thought that was a good idea? Like, genuinely. Especially when you have these little, like, diplomat meetings here. Why can't he talk to more than one of them?
What is it you wish to discuss? You hold us.
That's
at
why I
ransom
have
and
no
you until we meet
qualms
again.
with cheating around the way this game handles diplomacy. No qualms whatsoever. Especially given how broken the AI's diplomats are. But for example, if you allow the AI to train as many diplomats as they want, they will never stop training them. And it gets to a point where they literally have more diplomats on the map than they do banner armies. And it is outrageous. And that is why we restrict factions to 2 diplomats. Regardless of whether or not they're AI or not, they get 2 diplomats each, and that's it. That's your lot. And the reason is exactly for that purpose. They just swarm you with diplomats. I mean, Angmar has sent both of its current diplomats to stand outside of our castle. Imagine how worse it would be if they had more than 2. And that is the situation we find ourselves in when you let them be more than 2. So
Can I help, my lord?
we restrict diplomats. I also feel that obviously the constant attempt of diplomats to bribe you when they can't, when it will fail, it won't succeed, and they don't even often have the money, and they just constantly try and bribe you, constantly. I think the game's diplomats essentially are buggered. They never bother to fix them, and so the best way to handle them now is restrict them and cut them down a bit. Oh, we get a Brawler's Hall already. That's the only one of those buildings we get, remember? So I think Gundabad's quite a good place for that, to be honest. And it improves our experience bonus all over the world, and then gives us more raiders. Which we will recruit, actually. Oh, we're out of money. No, we won't recruit. We are making money, though. No, we're not losing. Oh, of course, because our army's outside. But it's alright. They've arrived. Goblin-town doesn't actually have any walls or gates if you've never fought there. So we don't need any siege. Ah, but you do if you want to attack it, of course, because the game's broken, isn't it? Oh, I've already listed one anyway. Sorry, again. Alright, let's get to Escaroth.
What is it you wish to
More
discuss?
trade rights.
This seems
Yay! What about map info? Do you want my map information?
there
New
is
offer.
something else you wish to propose there.
There is something else I wish to propose. I'd like 600 gold for my very informative map
You
information.
hold
Yes!
us at ransom. Farewell then.
Thank you.
And honor.
Now we'll try and sell our map info to Thranduil. Get money that way. I'm so ready to take Angmar on. I'm so ready. It's going to be an epic struggle between orcs. It won't be epic. We're going to trounce them. But I actually quite like the idea of being an orc faction and attacking an orc faction. We get to actually show how superior we are. And I do really, really want to fight Isengard. Not for the rewards that you get. I'm not all bothered about the 3 orcs you can train, or the 3 units you can train, or 4, however many it is. But I really want to beat Isengard and show that we're better. Right, here we go. This is what this is all going to be about, let's be honest. The battle for Goblin-town. Now, they haven't got any Taskmasters. They have got some elites, though, and they've got 7 experience. That's ridiculous. 2 units of trolls, but their captain is a Warg Marauder unit, and they have attacked us. Gives us some advantage. There is a large... The bulk of this army is trash. Now, of course, trash serves a very, very, very real purpose in that it ties up enemy units, and that's what we don't want them to do. But they may well do.
Stay alert.
Right, you drop that. But fortunately, as you say, they attacked us, so at least we can shoot arrows at them when they come out of that entryway up there. Or do we want to just box them in? Is that going to be a better way, actually? Have we got anyone that shield walls? Oh, no. But our spear units, as I've already banged on about, perhaps too much. Yes, there we are. We're in winter or summer or whatever it is. And this is a perfect example of black terrain. And I think you'll all agree that that red is far more visible on the black than purple or anything else, really. But it's the snow where it really matters, of course. Anyway, sorry, if I could just stop having a little moment about red dots on the floor. Do we want to push it even further, actually, I wonder? Because what we want to do is really block them. No, I tell you what we want to do is we want to block them at the entrance, and then our archers can shoot over our defensive lines and into them as they bunch up down here, which is what the plan here is. That's the point of this elaborate circle scheme. It's just to keep the enemy engaged and blocked in. We'll try and hold the Bolgs champions in reserve, to be honest. Because we don't really want to waste them. We've got more archers though, which is always nice. Always nice. No, you're in bad positions there. Come a bit further down. You guys go over there. You guys go there. And he's just the same unit as all of them. No real difference. You can go in front. Get the javelins to go behind the line, where they can at least throw javelins. Although I'm not sure they'll be able to, because that's really steep. Paylook's in behind there. And our leader go over on that flank. I think that's everyone moving. No, we've got the raiders. Just chuck them in the mix. No, don't do that. That's really silly. You just, as people say, you're just... in fact, having the second line should be slightly further away from the front line, so that they don't actually get caught up in the battle. Because then, if one man in your battalion starts fighting, and starts therefore taking fatigue hit, the whole battalion does. It's really annoying. Go over there instead. Bolgs champions!
We fight.
We fight!
We fight.
Everybody's getting into positions as we await the onslaught that will come. And if it doesn't come, then, of course, I'll probably just cut this entire battle and you'll see me at the end. But I think they are actually moving towards us, so with any luck, the battle will come. This is one of the more testing battle maps. And by that, of course, I mean the computer doesn't really like generating this battle map very much. Why can't you stand there? Excuse me, sorry. I've been trying to curtail the coughing by drinking water this entire recording. Melkor's pride. Are they actually coming after having said that they are? I'm not really sure what to do, to be honest, because as I said, I cut all that bit out. And I did sit there for the remainder of the game. They didn't move a single unit. And the problem is that they are going to sally out every turn, and they're going to attack me every turn. And if I auto-resolve, our army will get killed, we'll get destroyed, we'll lose, and we'll be sent packing to the north again on when we shouldn't. I think our only option is to attack them and say, to hell with it, we're going to have to attack them. I can't think of anything else we can do. I don't want to attack them, obviously. I want to siege them out to lower their numbers. But they're going to attack me every turn because they think they're better than me. They think they're bloody better than me. When, of course, in truth, they're not really that much. But it's because of these 5 elite archers that they've got, 2 being crossbows. They killed 12% of our army in that battle. If you're interested. 12%. That is obscene. But we've got to attack them because we're losing the... Well, we're gaining 100 now, but that's not really enough, is it? So, I think, as I say, we've got no choice. We're just going to have to attack Goblin-town. As I say, I have no idea how long this episode is, so I'm going to attack now, and this will be in the episode. I felt like I was thinking when I was sitting waiting for the battle to end, I was thinking to myself, if I don't actually fight this battle, this first episode has been an absolute flop, really. So I will therefore attack. And we will have to do exactly what I might as well have just attacked in that last one, but I vainly hoped they might follow me out. After I actually got them to do something, I thought they might come with me, but of course they didn't, and that was folly. But it was worth hoping. Alright. No one is on defensive mode, and no one is running away. Excellent. Right, we're going in, and what we're going to do is... I want units to flank, really. So, you and you are going to flank round the back. You're going to come right round the side. That's where we're going to come in. I think this is probably the best place for our archers. Oh look, they've got units all over the place. Oh well, this large sort of killing zone area is probably the best place really. So you're coming to there, you're going to go to there. You're going to the middle, and all 3 archers, or 4 archers, sorry, take a couple more units of melee. And then we'll have another set of units going around the other side. Go for it. Run. They've spread out really wide. The AI, oh my god. Why can't they just come back to Med 2? Don't make a Med 3, just come back to Med 2. It's easily the most popular in terms of... no, it's not. Rome 2 has so many mods. It's not that I wasn't going to say it's the most popular Total War, but I mean it's the most popular historic Total War, but it's not got much competition really, has it? But I still kind of count Rome 2 as being a modern Total War. So if you think of all the old ones, Shogun 1, Rome 1, Med 1, Med 2, and then probably Empire, I think Med 2 is the most popular of those. Who's that coming down the middle? Heavy Goblin Archers. Yes, they're sending them on their own because they are stupid. Raiders, go for it. Archers, come across the back. Oh, the season has changed. Who knows how that thing decides itself then? Because I don't. Clearly. You're in the middle. You're in the middle. You're not in the middle. You're not in the middle. Is that really the only melee troops we sent down the middle? 3. Ah, no, we got some of them as well. I want you to come over here in anticipation of those mountain orc hunters. But our flanking units are getting into position and we'll hit those hunters quite nicely. Now you guys, hold there until we see what the enemy does when we actually engage them. Come on Raiders, you're supposed to be the first unit in. I want you to just stop them, just shut them down.
Something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Oh, this battle map is horrible. Literally horrible. Not only is it broken to high buggery, it is also just utterly garbage. More heavy goblin archers. Charge them. Heavy goblin crossbows. Much more interested in the crossbows dying. Right, units on the flank. What? What? Well, flank all the way. Let's keep going. Units on this flank. We've got goblin infantry coming for you. Shut them down. You guys go into the center. You go around on the edge. You'll be able to kill those 3 that come for you on that side quite easily. The Avengers charging in first. They will slaughter those goblin infantry. Right, that's all of them sorted. On that side, getting some good goes. Oh, we've shut down those archers. You might as well get involved. I thought it was the Mountain Orc Hunters, but no, they've decided that they are going to go and defend the Northern Passage. I noticed that the trolls are coming over this way. Which isn't that great, really. But we've got probably the best troll killer unit in the entire map in regards to our forces is on the field at the moment, so we should be alright. Let's move those up. Oh, they're still shooting you even though you're engaged. Your fiance is going to be really annoyed. I chase down the captain. Don't let him get away. Box champions. Oh, bugger, those are crossbows. Come on! We're fighting you! Not even that. Like, run through them. Literally get right in amongst them. Stop them shooting. Bloody moronic AI. It annoys me so much. It can do things that we can't do. And that is what grinds my gears. I can't get an entire battalion of archers to keep firing even though they are being engaged in melee. But the AI can. And I've heard people say that if you put them in defensive mode, then they will do that. The archers will carry on firing even if the front of them is being attacked, for example. I've never had any luck with that. It never works for me. I'm livid, as you can tell. I'm getting dicked over. I don't like to swear, but the situation calls for it. Right, we've won on that side. Do we go down that line and press in for the square? Oh, where their bloody entire army is. Or... we're still getting shot. You know what? Charge the buggers. Go on, all of you. Just shut them down. Run through them. There we are. Now we've got units routing. It's all going very nicely. I don't know if those raiders will beat the Mountain Orc Hunters. Well, they will if they're just going to stand around. This is perhaps the most bugged battle map we have remaining in the game. And I think I have no real choice but to approach RK and say, RK, is there anything you can do about Goblin-town? Because, oh my giddy aunt, is it broken. Ah, more heavy goblin archers. No, come round. You're going to go all the way round. Come down. Come over here. We're flanking round. You guys are going to. Send the archers. You guys shut them down and come in from that side. You're probably getting shot. You guys just go and die. Oh, I've forgotten you. I've left you. Go that way with them. Oh, actually, why don't you go around and hit the Mountain Orc Hunters? Get them out of the game. Archers moving through. Yes. Bit more haste. Oh. Ugh. I told them to run, they start walking. Always the way. Brilliant. Are they dead yet? Why have they got so much courage as well? They haven't even got a general. They're fighting here with a captain. It's the trolls that are going to be the problem. No, throw your javelins at the wargs. Should have another unit of snow orcs coming through, don't we? Oh no, of course, they were going for the Mountain Orc Hunters. But no, don't worry about that. That was a silly idea. 'Tis a silly place.
Raiders.
This line is just going to approach slowly, hopefully. Right, you guys are all here? Yes. Now you're coming this way. Run. Speed it up. Right, the line over here.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Oh, shut your face. Defeat is not going to be certain if they're going to send units one at a time at us. Right, we've engaged them on that flank. Get them involved. Come on, archers. Start shooting those cave trolls. And you'll get so many kills by just firing into the middle as the hope. What are the stats? Oh, very even. Oh, and those Mountain Orc Hunters did defeat us. Oh, so soundly. They've got 113 left. Of course, spears are now less effective against standard cavalry, which is the only downside to their Being better against infantry, they're no longer as good against cavalry. Pressing on there. Ah, they're coming. Send someone back. Not them. Not them. Those hunters are probably the single greatest threat now, other than the cave trolls. But now our archers can finally just shoot the enemy. Lots of our units are routing.
Almost certain.
These mounted orc hunters are decimating us. We're getting a good kind of spray with the arrows, I think. It's those 2 troll units, though. How are we going to kill 2 troll units? They are the best units to take on trolls, though. Oh, Khazad, why aren't you firing? Go for the Wild Riders, then, if you can't shoot the others. You might as well all fire at will as well, and then if something happens and you can't fight for some reason. Our southern wing is definitely going to die. That is all of our units, isn't it? Yeah, everyone else is just running away. Excuse me again. Come on, slay the buggers. Trolls have large hitboxes, you see, so you would hope that they would die quite easily, but they don't tend to. I think they are getting the upper hand. We should probably run away where we can still get Khazad out. In fact, we will. I want Khazad out of there now. I don't know which one Khazad is. Probably that one there. Oh, he just killed a troll! Yes, Khazad! Come on, Khazad, run away! Khazad! Keep firing. Oh, Khazad, you utter moron! Someone get him out! No, that wasn't him. Surely that wasn't him. Oh, thank Christ for that. No, he's still alive. Good man. Off you go.
Defeat seems almost certain.
We're using our archers to cover our retreat now, but it's not going to happen. Get Khazad out as well before he gets engaged. Go for it. Hopefully they don't die and they just pull back to our territory. See, this whole battle irks me. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, though, even though we are going to lose. But it really irks me because we shouldn't have to fight this. In the previous battle, they had to attack us. And we would have had a clear advantage because they would have had to run into our units and we could have got all of the kills we needed. Although, to be honest, I'm not so sure that we would still have won. They do have 5 of their elite units who have all got 7 experience points. That is quite a formidable army. And there we are, it's over. Pull everyone out. Well, you might as well just go and... You're the only one that's not running of your own accord other than Khazad. And he's about to cross the line, so if you could just run back and either flee or die. It's quicker to then. There we are. So we just got to wait for Khazad to cross the line, and then it's over. So we have lost, but we killed them. We killed many of them. Many. And we'll be back. And they're the AI. And they won't be back. Orc Avengers killed 345. So my goal was, of course, to show the superiority of Gundabad against our hated lesser folk. And what I've instead done is shown that they are better than us. Oh no, I don't think they're better than us, but Mountain Orc Hunters, of course, are very similar to Azra Zair's Savages in that they are cheap, effective against armor, ridiculously high attack. They are excellent at killing your units, and unfortunately, you have to use arrows to kill them.
Back! We must pull back!
Ah, yes, you all survived. Oh, look how many we killed, though. A whole unit of trolls is dead. Oh, yes. Well done, Gerzog. Right, come home. And be quick about it. Have we got anyone we can put in there? Although they'll never survive against that, will they? We need more troops, and we can't train more troops. Oh, not for... We haven't got to wait too long, actually. Right, what I will do is end this episode there. And I will, as I say, record the next one immediately after this. So hopefully... So unfortunately, I won't respond to any comments in the second episode. But then from there on out, it will then be recorded as normal. So thank you very much for watching this restart to Gundabad. If you do have any questions, pop them in the comments and I will at least try and reply to them, but maybe just not verbally in a video. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Naden Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.